For this assignment, I wanted to show you a little bit of what my day-to-day life is, being working for SUU as one of their SoCal representatives, admissions counselors out here to get new future T-birds to come to our university from Southern California. So on the day-to-day basis, I go and set up college visits. So I go to different high schools, do high school lunch fairs during their lunch hour, or I'll do one-on-ones, go to their college and career center and meet with students. I'll also do college night fairs as well. So high schools will have college fairs at night that I'll go to, which happen a lot during the fall. I set up all the events, things like that. So I'm constantly super busy meeting with future students to help them see what SU is all about. So when I am meeting with students in a one-on-one situation, I show them our presentation. So I start off with talking to them a little bit about what Southern Utah is all about. So coming from California myself, I had never heard of Southern Utah. Now we're getting out there a little bit more, but my main priority is to tell the students that SU is not as far as they think. So once you put in perspective that we're 2 hours from Vegas, they really are like, oh wow, you're really not that far. So then we talk about the national parks and everything in our backyard. So I go and start with telling them about where we're located and showing them this outdoor video. This video talks about all of the national parks around Southern Utah and kind of what the students do there. It shows Zion, it shows Canaryville, it shows Southern Utah, and just different things that make us so unique compared to all the other schools. I know this is what I personally really loved about SUU, is how gorgeous it really is and all the fun things that we could always go do. So that's kind of what that video is, and I always make sure I show the students that. Then once we start talking about, all right, well, now let's get into what are you studying, what do you want to study, that's when we go over our handout. So this is the Southern Utah non-resident handout. So because the pricing is different than the resident and the non-resident one, so we want to make sure we give them the right one. So we go over in the middle of this all of our different over 140 majors that they can choose from, and I'll go over the top majors, whether it be within our medical side, our exercise science, communication, business, anything like that that they want to know more about. I make sure I really emphasize on that, especially California. A lot of people want to come to or want to study nursing, and we have a really good nursing program in Southern Utah, especially in California. I know I originally was going into nursing, so when I was looking at California schools, it was impossible you would have to be doing your undergrad for at least 5 years and then hopefully get into the program. So here I really make sure that those students know that yes, our program is still competitive, but it is a really good program and they're most likely going to get in and also get their BSN, which is super nice. So I make sure I go over all of that, whether also including the ROTC, aviation, everything like that, to make sure whatever, if a student is still undecided, it's awesome because they have so many choices that they can choose from and so many different directions that they can go. So that's one of our huge sells. And then also when we flip to this, so this is our scholarship color chart. So something about this that people kind of don't understand is just applying to our university. If you're above this green, well, above this yellow, in that green and up, you automatically get a scholarship. So people from California are like, well, what's the catch? And I'm like, there is no catch. Apply, send us your transcripts and test scores. There's no essay. All we need is your transcripts or and SAT or ACT. So we take either of the test scores. And then so I kind of show them if they're a junior and they've already taken their test. I'm like, all right, so what did you get on your test score? Or what did you get your unweighted GPA? You see what color you fall into. Automatically, this is how much money you're going to receive, and you already know prior to even getting accepted to the school, which is awesome. So, and what's great is these are 4-year-long scholarships, so super cool. You can get all the way in this black section is a full tuition. Can't complain about that. So I definitely go over all of these with the students, and it is a huge selling point for us. Then we kind of break down on the back of this handout a 1 semester breakdown. This includes our most expensive on-campus housing and our an estimate book cost, which is kind of more than what you would be paying, and then including a meal plan. And not all on-campus housing you need a meal plan. So technically, this is the most expensive option, and still, when after scholarships and financial aid, when you tell a parent that you're going to be paying a little under $4,500 a semester, they think that's crazy. Coming from California, they're like, "How much? Like that's it?" Even though it's out of state, and I'm like, "Yeah." So it's an awesome selling point to tell people that are looking for schools, telling parents and everything. Then I go into the fun side for our students. So I tell all the future students that we are a Division I school. So we have gymnastics, football, soccer, tennis, volleyball, basketball, all of those sports. And that's a really huge selling point for us that we are Division I, even though we are small, as well as our class sizes. So I tell them about our 18:1 ratio and how amazing our professors are, and that they really do care about you as the student and making sure you're getting the most out of what you're putting your money into. And I tell them personal stories that I have and really show them that that connection is really strong with professors and that I wouldn't have the same experience if I went to a different school. So this up here is a video that I play for them that professors actually talked about. So they got letters from students and they didn't know who they were from. They read the letters and they talk about it, and then the student comes and they really have this like cool one-on-one connection. So it really shows future students that this is really what it's like in Southern Utah, and that you really can build those friendships and connections with your professor. So another thing that I go over is also Thunder U. So all incoming freshmen want to know the fun part of school, right? So we talk over financial stuff, the schooling stuff, but we want to get to the fun stuff. So I go over Thunder U because that's, as an incoming freshman, you get to go to orientation, and it's before school even starts, and that's where I met a lot of my friends, and it just shows like a quick glimpse of what you're in for that year. So we have over at least 250 activities, and we only have 240 school days, which is crazy. It shows that students will never really be bored, and we always are throwing things and we put students first. So that's awesome to tell people, as whether it be a future student or a parent of the student, they really like to see that their student will have the lifetime experience at Southern Utah. So that's when I show them about a little bit of Thunder U and what to expect at Southern Utah and the activities, and teach them about the traditions that we have, whether that be under the bell tower, things like that. And they really like it. So it's super fun to show all this and really show them that Southern Utah has a close place to my heart, and that it's great to share that experience with them, because being an alumni, I can tell them my personal experiences, and now that I work for the university as well, it's crazy how things work out. So it's great. That's what I do on a daily basis. So I show all these videos to these students, kind of teach them a little bit more about Southern Utah, what to expect there, answer all their questions, and then I follow through making sure that on the recruitment cycle that they have applied, that they've sent in all their transcripts, test scores, we have all of it, that they've been admitted. Then I send a next step email so they know exactly what's to be expected of them next, whether that be applying for housing or paying their commitment fee, anything like that. So I really get to build a one-on-one connection with these students, which is I personally love, especially when I can go meet with them and talk to them, because it makes them realize that they're not alone in this college process, which is huge. So that's a huge thing from Southern Utah too. We really pride ourselves on that, is really building that connection with students so they don't feel like they're alone in this process, and that they have someone that they can come to. So this is what I do on a daily basis. I honestly love it, and if anyone has any recruiting questions, just let me know. But thank you for your time.